Hey, this is Mike from DIY Domination. Have you ever pondered starting your own survival garden? A survival garden is more than just a hobby. It's a powerful tool for self-sufficiency, a reliable source of food in case of emergencies, and a testament to the resilience of nature and mankind. Imagine reaping the fruits, or rather vegetables of your labor, knowing that you've created a sustainable cycle of life right in your backyard. Intrigued? Well, you're in the right place. Follow this easy step-by-step guide to help you start your survival garden. By the way, if you like this video and would like to see more videos with advice on prepping and survival, make sure to click the subscribe button and become part of the DIY Domination community today. First off, the location for your garden matters. Don't just pick any old spot. Consider the amount of sun it gets. You're looking for a place that basks in sunlight for 6 to 8 hours a day. This ensures your plants get enough light to thrive. Next, you'll want to think about drainage. Nothing spells disaster for a garden quite like waterlogging. So choose a location that doesn't turn into a mini lake after a heavy rain. Now, let's talk about proximity. Your survival garden should be close to your house for easy access. This is not just for convenience, but also for security. You wouldn't want any critters helping themselves to your hard-earned harvest, would you? Lastly, don't forget about access to water. You want to be able to water your plants without having to haul a bucket halfway across your property. Getting the location right is a crucial first step. Next, turn your attention to the soil. Now, this isn't just dirt we're talking about. It's the lifeblood of your survival garden. To understand its composition and nutrient levels, you'll want to get a soil test. Many local agricultural extension offices provide these tests, and they're worth every penny. Once you have your results, it's time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. If the test reveals your soil needs a little pick-me-up, don't fret. You can amend it with organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure. These additions improve fertility and can turn even the most stubborn soil into a rich, plant-loving powerhouse. Remember, the soil is the unsung hero of your garden. It's where your seeds will take root, and it's the source of the nutrients your plants need to grow, so give it the love and attention it deserves. A fertile soil is the foundation of a thriving garden. With a location and fertile soil, you're ready to plan your garden. This phase is crucial for a productive harvest. Your garden's size and layout should be decided first. Consider raised beds for better control over soil quality and drainage. They're especially useful in areas with heavy clay or sandy soils. Next, think about what you want to grow. Choose crops based on your climate, preferences, and available space. It's wise to focus on high-yield, easy-to-grow plants. Think staple foods like potatoes, beans, tomatoes, or zucchini. Remember, diversity is key. A variety of plants not only makes your meals more interesting, but it also helps to keep your soil healthy and pests in check. Consider perennial plants too. They'll provide food year after year with minimal effort. Fruit trees, berries, asparagus, or rhubarb are great choices. A well-planned garden sets you up for success, so take your time and think it through. It's your survival we're talking about after all. Now that you have a plan, gather your gardening tools and supplies. Starting a survival garden isn't much different from regular gardening when it comes to the tools you'll need. It all begins with the basics. A sturdy shovel for digging, a rake to level the ground, a hoe for weeding and breaking up the soil, pruners for trimming, and a watering can for hydration. Remember, your tools are an investment. Opt for quality over cost, as high-caliber tools will serve you better in the long run. But tools aren't the only things you'll need. Quality seeds or seedlings are equally important. Choose those of the plants you want to grow. Consider factors like your climate, the size of your garden, and your dietary preferences. Selecting high-yield, easy-to-grow crops can ensure your survival garden provides the sustenance you need. Equipped with the right tools, you're ready to plant. Time to get your hands dirty and plant your survival garden. Now, every plant has its own set of rules when it comes to planting depth and spacing. This is where the back of your seed packet becomes your best friend. It's filled with essential information that will guide you on how deep to sow the seeds and how far apart they should be. Let's take tomatoes, for example. Their seeds need to be planted about 1/4 of an inch deep, and the plants need to be spaced about 2 feet apart. This provides enough room for their roots to grow and for air to circulate, reducing the risk of disease. Once your seeds or seedlings are snug in their soil beds, it's time for a good watering. This helps to settle the soil around the roots and ensures your plants get off to a great start. Remember, patience is key. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a garden. A well-planted garden is a sight to behold. Planting is just the beginning. A survival garden requires regular maintenance. Now, maintaining your garden isn't as daunting as it sounds. It's a matter of consistency and vigilance. Watering comes first. You want to keep the soil moist, but avoid waterlogging. Overwatering can be as harmful as underwatering, so find that sweet spot. Next, mulching. Mulch serves a triple purpose. It retains soil moisture, reduces weed growth, and improves soil quality. Think of it as a comfort blanket for your plants. Then we got pest control. Keep a keen eye out for any unwanted guests. Addressing pest issues promptly can save your entire garden from devastation. And remember, there are plenty of organic pest control methods out there. Last but not least, fertilization. Plants need their nutrients to thrive. Organic fertilizers or compost can provide these essential goodies. A well-maintained garden promises a bountiful harvest. When your plants reach their peak, it's time to harvest. This is where your patience and hard work pay off. Remember, each plant has its own harvesting time. Tomatoes, for example, should be picked when they're fully colored and slightly soft to the touch. On the other hand, root vegetables like carrots and potatoes can be harvested when their foliage starts to die back. Now, once you've harvested your produce, it's time to preserve it. There are several methods you can use. For fruits and some vegetables, canning is a great option. It's a way to seal in the freshness and flavor, ensuring you have tasty produce all year round. For leafy greens and herbs, drying can be a beneficial method. It extends their shelf life and makes them perfect for adding to soups and stews. Freezing is another option, ideal for most vegetables and even some fruits. Reaping the fruits of your labor is incredibly rewarding. To become more self-reliant, learn about seed saving. This isn't just about storing seeds in a jar. It's about preserving the legacy of your garden's best performers for the seasons to come. Seed saving is a practice as old as agriculture itself, a time-honored tradition that has seen countless generations through times of scarcity. It's about identifying the strongest, most resilient, and most delicious plants in your garden, and ensuring their traits are carried forward. When you save seeds, you're not just ensuring a personal supply of plants for the next season, you're also preserving the genetic diversity essential for healthy crops. This diversity helps your garden adapt to changing conditions and resist pests and diseases. How to do it? It's quite simple. Let your best plants fully mature and produce seeds. Collect these seeds, clean them, and store them in a cool, dry place. Seed saving ensures a continuous supply of your favorite crops. It's a step towards true garden self-sufficiency and a nod to our agricultural heritage. Lastly, remember to always be prepared and keep learning. It's like packing for a camping trip. You wouldn't just bring a sleeping bag and hope for the best, right? You'd pack food, a flashlight, maybe even a map. The same principle applies to starting your survival garden. Always stock up on essential gardening supplies. Extra seeds, tools, and gardening equipment should be kept on hand, because when a tool breaks or you run out of seeds, you don't want to be left in the lurch. And remember, water is the lifeblood of your garden. It's crucial to have a backup water supply for your garden. This could be as simple as setting up rain barrels or digging a well. You never know when a dry spell might hit, and your plants are going to need that H2O to thrive. But preparation goes beyond just stocking up. It's about equipping yourself with knowledge. Stay informed about the latest gardening techniques, pest control measures, and your local climate conditions. The weather can be fickle, and pests are unpredictable. Equipping yourself with the right knowledge helps you pivot and adapt when needed. And don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and experiment. Try growing new crops, test out different techniques, and learn from your successes and failures. With preparation and continuous learning, you're well on your way to becoming a successful survival gardener. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to also watch these videos for more DIY prepping and survival tips and tricks.